Michaela here, and today I'm going to be telling you some horror stories about working in retail. At my age, the best job you can get is retail. So with having a job like that, you deal with really rude employees and really rude customers. Today I'm going to tell you guys a few horror stories and funny experiences working in retail. You guys can probably relate to this considering that most of you have either worked retail before or do now. I just wanted to start this video by telling you guys that I'm not going to tell you where I work, but for those of you who know where I work, you'll get a little bit of a better feel of what I'm talking about, and you'll understand a little bit more about the situations that I've encountered. Let's start out first by talking about self-checkout. Self-checkout is one of the things that I really wanted to bring up in this video. We got 4 of them. So we replaced express lanes with self-checkout, which means that there was less lanes for people to work at. It's usually ran by one person, which means there's one person running 4 registers at one time. That's insane. On the worst day when it's like really crowded, there's one person. That is insane. Like, I don't understand why they would do this to somebody, but they do. And if you guys have ever seen self-checkout, you would know that normally there would be someone standing there, so you need help, you'll be able to help them. Almost all the time when you're on Express, you have to watch self-checkout and vice versa. And it just becomes a hassle because if you're on Express and someone's at self-checkout and they need help, you can't just like run over and go help them because you're going to make the person that you're helping really angry. If you don't go help them, then they're going to get angry. So it's like a lose-lose situation and you're like, what do I do? Self-checkout is not for stupid people, okay? If you don't know how to use it, don't use it. I know in my store we have people that are actually willing to go over there and ring your stuff for you. It's called self-checkout, but I mean, hey, you don't have to do it yourself if you're not capable of it. So as I said, self-checkout is not for stupid people, and I don't mean this in a really mean way. I just mean it like if you really don't know how to use it and you have no idea what's happening when you are using it, please don't use it. I advise you not to go to self-checkout, okay? The other day, we had a really bad day at work. There was a lot of people in the store, and the lines were insane, especially the self-checkout line. And there was a lady there that needed my help. She didn't understand how to use the coupon. So I put my numbers in for her, because that's what we have to do. We have to put in like our operating numbers and then like a password or whatever. So I did that for her. And then she asked me about the coupon. I said you could do it either before or after. It doesn't matter because either way I'll be able to like override it and it will come off for you. I turned around to go help somebody at Express because that's where I was working. And she needed my help again. I was thinking in my head like, how do you need my help already? I just walked away. So, what happened was she ended up jamming the machine. Our self-checkouts have a spot where you put the coupon so they make sure that you can't reuse the coupon. And for some odd reason, this lady decided to put the coupon in where the money goes. I don't know if she jammed it in there or the machine actually thought it was money, but whatever the situation was, she jammed the machine. Finally got fixed after 20-30 minutes, and we were all baffled as to how somebody could be that dumb as to put a coupon in where money goes. Like, it shows you on the screen after you do the coupon where to put it. It shows you a video of where the coupon goes. I mean, it can't get any easier than that, guys. And then a couple minutes after that, somebody was trying to put 5 $10 bills in the machine at once. My manager walked over and goes, "Sir, this is not an ATM." And then he was like, "What?" And she goes, "You can't put more than 1 bill in there at a time." And he was like so baffled by that, like he didn't understand. And I'm just standing there like, are you kidding me? Are you literally kidding me right now? Like, these are the people that we deal with at work. So on a regular checkout lane, you get like the normal customers that come and they're really nice to you and they take the hangers off for you and they just help you out. They put everything up. They're really nice. Then you get those people that either don't take everything out of the cart right away and then do it like piece by piece, which is very irritating, or they throw everything on the register at once and expect you to take all the hangers off and put everything in the bag yourself and do everything. Now, I know it's my job to like ring people up, but they'd be at least a little courteous that if they don't want the hangers, they could just take them off. It's not that hard. Okay, so next is Express. I talked about Express a little bit before, but I wanted to bring up a point. At any retail store you ever go to, Express is usually 10 items or less. I cannot express enough how much I really hate Express lanes, okay? Because people, yes, people do this. People will come up to my register, throw a bunch of things on the register, and act like they didn't see the sign above the register that tells them that this lane is for 10 items or less. I try to act like I like my job, and I try to be really happy at work, so if someone comes into my lane and they say, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't realize I had a couple items over." Oh, but if you're gonna come into my lane and give me items piece by piece and pretend like I don't know in your cart there's a million things, I will hate you forever and you're probably part of Satan's family or something. There was one day this past week that I had to tell at least 5 different people that the lane that they were in is actually for express. I told them simply that I'm not a bad person, I will take them anyway, but for future reference, if they ever encounter somebody who won't take them if they have more than 10 items, I just want them to be aware that that's a 10 items or less lane and they should not go there if they have more than 10 items. And the thing is that, but when people have a million items, then the people in that lane start standing there forever and they get really irritated and they'll probably complain. It's just really hard to deal with somebody who has a lot of items if the people in line are starting to get aggravated, because then you start to get aggravated and it's just a mess. So if you do see a lane that says 10 items or less, please be advised that it is 10 items or less, and there will be at least one cashier that you overcome in your life that decides that they don't want to take you if if you have more than 10 items. I'm nice enough to take people if they notice it and they say something to me. If the person does not say something to me and I realize they have a lot of items, I will be nasty to them in a nice way. So I will be like, excuse me ma'am, I didn't know if you realized, but this lane is only for 10 items or less. I'll take you, but for next time, just know that there may be somebody who won't. You gotta kind of give attitude with like a nice way to portray yourself so you don't sound like a total bitch. But, you know. Next, I want to talk about my coworkers. So in my store, we also have a place to eat, which most retail stores do if they're like outside chain retail stores. In the cafe, usually one person at a time is running it. So in the cafe, we basically just make food and stand there around waiting for customers to come and order something. Most of the food is made in an oven, and we also have popcorn and drinks. So we basically just give the people their cup and they go get the drink they want. We have slushies and then we have fountain sodas. We also have like smoothie type things that we make in the back, 2 different flavors, but like most of the time nobody ever buys those because I don't even think they realize they're there, or maybe they're just not good. Never had it, don't care to. But we also have a lot of choices, and I personally don't really mind working there as much as I used to. It used to give me like major anxiety working in the cafe because I wasn't used to it. I don't really cook for myself at home, so I figured cooking for other people would just be literally like the most horrible thing in the world. It's actually pretty simple considering all you do is like you open up the food and you put it on a tray into the oven. When it's done, you take it out and you hand it to the customer. I pretty much know how to make almost everything that we have in the cafe, but the only problem is I don't know how to really open or close cafe, so if anybody like ever needs me to do that, I don't know how to do that. I wasn't trained very properly because the people that work in my cafe are lazy. So the girl that trained me like 10 minutes before she was supposed to go on break. She went on break, took an extra 20 minutes of a break. You're not allowed to do that. My manager noticed and was furious. She was so mad because I didn't learn anything. I didn't know how to do anything. I kept having to ask her for help. Recently I was told that I'm one of the best workers in the cafe and they wish I would work there more, so I'm starting to learn how to do more in there. But I usually just cover shifts there. And let me tell you, the people that work in that cafe are the laziest people I have ever met. If you're watching this video, I don't really care. Because you know what? You're lazy. You are very lazy and you need to pick up the slack and start doing something. Okay? Yeah, it's not all about me. Okay? I shouldn't have to do it all. Okay? I only do shifts there. Like covering a shift. I don't actually do my own shifts there. I did one of my own shifts there because I kind of had to, but that's besides the point. Okay, this day and age, it's like the day and age of technology, and everybody always wants to be on their phone, and they always want to be texting, and they'd rather be texting than going to work and actually getting paid to do something, but that's not life. So if you're going to sit in the back room of the cafe and text on your phone and not notice when there's actually a customer, then you are a horrible employee who needs to get fired like ASAP. I am so sorry that I had to come out and say this, but if you're going to stand there and text like all day on your shift and not do your job, yeah, you shouldn't even be working there. Also, I've seen many times employees that would decide, oh, I don't want to be in cafe today, so I'm just going to walk myself over to another spot in the store and talk to another employee all day and not do my job. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. I don't know how a manager lets you get away with that. I don't know how in the world you manage to pull that off, but you also need to be fired. Okay? People who don't do their job correctly shouldn't be working there. I don't know why managers are lazy and why they don't want to fire people, but they really need to. Because it's getting out of hand, and it's making me, yes, it's making me look better, but it's also making me look bad, because if things aren't done and I'm there, they would assume that it's my fault. Not that they have, but it can happen, and I'm really trying so hard for that not to happen. So, I mean, retail isn't the worst place to work. If you guys want to work retail, I suggest you try it out for yourself. I mean, there's people that do get along very good with retail. Just, I personally don't like retail. I've worked in 2 different stores. I worked at a mall and I worked at just a regular, like, chain store. And I can tell you from experience that it is just crazy. You have the rude customers, rude employees. My experience anyway, it's just a mess. I mean, I don't know. But I mean, then again, most stores are really good with flexibility and like if you need time off and whatever else you need to do. So I mean, that's the only good thing about it. But the downside to my job is that it's not full-time and you can't be full-time there. So if you're not going to school and you're not doing anything with your life, if you're like an older person who really just needs money, well, that kind of sucks for you because you're only going to be not even part-time, just a regular employee that can't work over 40 hours because most retail, 40 hours is a full-time job. I work retail because it's money and it's right now the best job I can get at my age. If you guys like this video and would like to see more videos like this, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you guys in my next video.